Hey everyone, I'm going to talk to you today about your entries and when you are trying to find a place to get in. And I know the charts be looking really confusing, but what you must realize is once you start to mark your trend lines, use your trend lines to mark what's happening. So pretty much like you see my cursor here, and just grab your trend line right here, and you're gonna um, take it to one of your wicks at the bottom, and you want to make sure you have some touching wicks. Okay, 2 or more touches is good. If you want to pretty much capture your movements, and what I mean by that is from wick to wick, you can capture your movements. You can also take it and capture 2 or more. And I'm saying this because I want you to start realizing when you're having a breakout. If you're having a breakout, then that speaks volumes to you, to where it lets you know where you can enter and when you can stop playing the guessing game. Am I still in the uptrend? Am I still in a downtrend? Trend lines helps you out tremendously. So what I'm going to do here is show you, okay, as you can see all of this nonsense that happened, and then you can look down here at the hologram and see that there's barely any movement here, right? So the first thing you're going to do, and this is a hour chart, okay? So these period separators, which is this one, and this date at the bottom will be September 7th. Let me pull this down so you can see. Can I pull this? Let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're going to work with this date, and this is September 7th. So if you're on an hour chart and you have probably been waiting, or you've hit this demand zone, but you've been waiting to see when you're going to be able to enter. You've gotten an engulfing pattern here. Not only, okay, let me show you what the engulfing pattern. You see this green candle here that's engulfing this small red candle, or if you're going to use the pattern as a 3-character pattern, then it will be considered your morning engulfing pattern, your morning bullish pattern, because the morning engulfing pattern is at the bottom. Okay, your morning star, I'm sorry, your morning star pattern is at the bottom, and your evening star patterns usually form at the top. I have another video on that. Nevertheless, you are not going to just quickly and blindly enter just because you have hit this demand zone right here. You cannot do that. What you can do when you see you have your zigzags here and you see this pattern form, let me tell you what you can do. You can go up here to the top, click on this vertical line, and put it right here where you have had your pattern to set up. Okay, now what you want to do, because you never want to enter on an hour chart, all right, because that's just not the right time. I say that because what if this candle was red and wanted to come back and retest? You really want to wait for lots of confluences. Not lots, but if you are a conservative trader, you want to wait for your crossovers and all of that, or, wait for price action. I do all of them. I've been doing this for a minute now, so this is why I can do it price action, strictly price action, or indicators, whatever helps you. Don't let another mentor or another trader tell you that indicators do not work. It may not work for them. It may be too much. But because I have so many indicators, you get what works for you, because even though I have many indicators, I don't use them all. I use what's beneficial, what's helpful, and you can do the same thing. So once you get your pattern here at this demand zone, you know you're going to be looking for an uptrend, right? So I put this little vertical line here, and what you want to do from this point is go up here to your 5-minute. Now you can enter on a 5-minute. I enter on a 5-minute and 15-minute depending on the setup. So let's just go to the 5-minute to see where we are. Okay, and this shows me September 2nd, because of course this is the 5-minute. It counts 5 minutes per candle, so we have to scroll over so that we can go back to the 7th and to see where the vertical line is. Okay, so let me continue. This is September 6th. Okay, here's the yellow line. Okay, you see where the line is, and then it still did a small pullback before it took off. But look at here, this is okay. These little blue hammers, they're called hammers. These are like gravy to my potatoes. All right, they show you some good stuff. And then here at the bottom, this shows you as well some good stuff. When you are in an uptrend, these turn bright blue. And if you're matching them up with what you have here, these hammers, it works out perfectly. When you're having a pullback, they turn dark blue, as you can see here, and you can see the pullback here. Okay, this little small pullback, but when it went back up, look down here, you have the bright blue. So again, not only, here's the yellow line we marked on the 1-hour chart. We didn't want to get in right away right here because you don't have all of your confluences. To me, my confluences would have been my blue number 8 EMA would have crossed above my number 21 red EMA. And then not only that, it's still giving me these very small candles, very small dojis, and some bears are still in the market. So you would have waited for a pullback. Once you receive this pullback, as you can see your zigzag here, you can see the bears are in the market. It came back to retest this demand zone. Once you got your crossover, you see the bulls started to go up. It came above your trend line that I told you is very important for you to draw, so you can, it'll help you understand when it's time for you to break out of this zone. Okay, so you know now your bulls are in the market. You have your blue has crossed over your red. And not only that, your hammers are in full demand, letting you know that we are moving up. And you have your bright blue down here confirming that. So this is where you would have took your trade and went all the way and just continued to ride it. And your pullbacks will give you second and third and fourth entries, and so on and so on. So your pullbacks are your re-entries because you've already gained money here. Okay, you had a pullback. It doesn't matter. It didn't touch your money that you've already gained. You have another entry here. So you not only have this money running here, you have this money running now. You have your pullback. You have another re-entry. You're making this money here. You have another pullback. You have a re-entry. You're making this money here. So it's just going to continue on up the ladder. And what you will do then is come out when you are starting to get this nonsense. See, your hammer, your blue hammers are over. You have your wick here. This is a form of rejection. You are getting now, you're getting red hammers. You should be out of your trade here. And what I will do, what I would have done was gotten out once I got this rejection here, especially when I seen this. Some people will wait till the red crosses over, but let me show you. Again, I'll come and get this vertical line, and I would have marked this. Let's see if it'll allow me. Sometimes it acts weird. Okay, so now what, okay, let's see the time down here at the bottom, 9/7/22:55. So let's go back to the hour chart and see where this we would have exited for this particular trade. I'm going back to the 7th, and there you go. So for the whole day, you would have entered when you got your crossover here. You come right up here, turn this on. You would have select buy, and that would have, but of course you'll be doing this on your 5 minute. After you get all of your crossovers and everything, your confluences, you would have put a buy here, and you would have rolled this up, and you would have rolled it up for 2 days, and you would have exited. No, I'm sorry. You would have rolled this up for the entire day, and you would have exited here. And then once you got your pullback, you could have re-entered and rolled that up for the second day. And then you see here you're at your supply zone. This will be your supply zone. This red, all this red is your supply zone. Okay, so don't forget, if you're gonna trade just for the day, get in on a 5 minute, take your ride all the way up, exit. Once you've reached the top, get out, wait for your pullback, because you know you're going to get a pullback. You have not came past these, so you haven't come past your hammer. So take that pullback, wait for your pattern, and ride it up to the sunset, exit, and there you are. There's another pullback. Some people will get in again, but this is still within the same day, so that would have been the end of the day right here for me for that second day. Okay, so just keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things, and you will succeed. This is USD CAD 1 hour, and that date was September 7th, 6 o'clock GMT, and the exit was September 7th, 22:55. So you can check that out on your chart. Alrighty.